Was that the problem?
I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
You can hear me
All
good?
right. I think we are live. I think we are live. We are live. We are live. Let me just check here. If we are live, this is We the People, guys. Yes, we are live. This is We the People. This is another edition. Man, we got some amazing people on the stream today. Just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I am your host, Next Level. We have Laura Ann, we have Steve Garcia, and we have my friend Thomas Fitzgerald. Man, how are you guys doing? Mic check. Laura, are you okay? Are you there, Laura?
I could hear you fine.
I get a mic check. I can. Okay. I can't hear Laura. Steve, you there, buddy? Can I get a mic check?
I'm right here.
I
hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Just a little feedback on your end, but I think we're good.
Okay. All right. So we're just kicking things off. I can't hear anything you say in the audio.
I got you. I can hear you fine.
Can you hear Laura?
How about this? How about this?
Right, yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. All right. Good.
Looks like I'm the only one without a funky background.
Oh, hi from Denver. You
Oh, say that one more time.
I said I'm the only one without a funky background.
Oh, you can go into your settings and fix that.
Yeah.
We messed with it earlier. It's all good. Anyway.
Oh yeah. It's all good. It's all good, man. We're just kicking things off right now. So how's everyone doing, man? How's everyone's week going so far?
Mine's great. Mine's great.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I got a little plan I'm working on here. I'm connecting with local TIs, so I spoke to a few more today. Trying to get people out to meet one another and band together.
Now this guy, yeah, he's inspired me because he's been real active in seeing what he needs to survive. And he says, I go out with a couple TIs when I go out, he's kind of got his little tribe. And I know it's real helpful. It's real helpful for me. I mean, it's been, if it wasn't for Steve, if it wasn't for Linda, if it wasn't for TIs in my area that helped get me through this last couple months, I wouldn't have stayed afloat. So very important, very important.
Yeah.
He's been very motivated. Right away, he reached out and didn't get discouraged when people didn't call him back, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'm learning that there's, everyone's at their own level. Some people are just too suspicious of outsiders. So they want to stay alone, and that's their call.
That's what this program does, though, right? It's to
absolutely
to put you to make you think you ain't got nothing in common with anybody else, so you can just not be in touch with your community, which is the TI community. The only way we advance is to share information and disseminate and find out what is real and what is not. But without each other, we don't stand a chance.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I totally agree with that 100%, man. How long have you guys been going through these things?
39 years since I was 7.
Yeah, I've been in the program since I was a child.
I've been going through it for 9 years.
9 years?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh man.
I've been free for about a year.
It's been a thing with me, man. Really?
Well, above 50% free for about a year.
Man, that's awesome, man. You want to talk a little bit about that, man?
Well, yeah, sure. It started with the cleanse, realizing that with the chemtrails and all the nanites really are just medical particulates that are in the environment, whether they dropped on purpose or if they're done industrially by accident. they're being taken advantage of, making the human body an antenna. Right. So they send these things, whomever it may be. Let's just say military. The military is sending out these signals, and they're locking into, you know, the heavy metals that are on the human body, making you an antenna to receive and to execute command on the human body. Basically, treat it as a computer. They interface and yeah, they deploy and all kinds of manners of pain programs. It's when I realized that I was a human antenna when I started the cleanse, and once I did the cleanse, I was 50% free on about day 3, and it's been a steady.
Okay.
It's been a steady knowledge and knowledge gaining and experimenting and seeing exactly what works and what doesn't work, and just basically reverse engineering what they're doing to my body and figuring out how to stop it. And I can clearly say that as of today, I am 99% free.
Something to say.
Now, when you say 99% free, do you mean free from the electronic harassment?
Yeah. So I had a little bit of everything. I had mostly it was electronic. Mostly my plan, the plan that they employed on me, was a pain program. I did receive V2K, but they weren't talking directly to me. I could hear people talking about me through the walls.
Oh, wow.
But it was nothing. But I've been working with TIs like this gentleman that I've been helping just recently. My last TI that I helped personally, his name is Jason, and they talked to him directly, and they torture him 24/7 via V2K, and it's a torture I'm having a hard time grasping, but I've been able to help him quite a bit, employing the same protocols and programs that I've been using on myself. So we're seeing a lot of progress in that. But V2K, I had V2K, I had limb manipulation, I had obviously all the dream stuff. Everybody, it's in thought provocation or thought suppression. God, what else? Everything else. God, I mean, the whole program, the whole pain program has so many layers to it. So it's hard to say that they're unique. The limb manipulation is definitely unique, but them making you throw up, or, you know, making you feel like you're being pulled apart, like a magnet stuck, like a piece of metal stuck in between two magnets. I think that's all in the same. So I just lump it all together with electronic harassment, you know?
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a difference though in our community just here in Colorado. With his activism he's playing it forward. He's helping out. He even moved this guy into his home for a while, and, you know, helped him with the detox, helped him detox from heavy metal. It's a lot easier to talk to him now, and he's coming, you know, he's able to I want to say think, but I had a real hard time thinking when I, you know, when this first came to me, and it was amazing to detox. It was amazing to detox, and my mind started coming around. I was able to think a thought through. I was able to, you know, focus on my next task and get it completed. So, and I think that that's where we're getting stuck sometimes, is just we feel like shit so bad.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to do anything. You're barely able to take care of yourself, barely able to go to dinner and, you know, get through the day. So
yeah, we definitely.
And I think that what he's doing is great. You know, taking one TI under his wing at a time and helping him out. I mean, beautiful thing.
Absolutely, man. We have some amazing people that's coming into the stream right now. Just want to give.
They're all saying hello. I don't do the live stream, but I'll say hi.
Yeah, man. I want to give a big shout out to let's see here. Who's that? Miss Kitten, Mike, Yeti Dogs, Eddie Morin. What's going on, Eddie? That's my boy, man. I ain't seen him in a while. Autumn. What's going on, Autumn? Let's see here, man. Gangstalk in Australia. Man, we are worldwide right now. My boy Truth Serum.
Truth.
We got Truth Serum and the Truth Report. Man, we just got a lot of truth going on in the chat room right now. And I want you guys to know that, man, I'm doing something different today, okay, guys? If you guys have Zoom and you guys want to join us on the panel and you know, contribute to the conversation here, the link, I'm gonna put the link right now in the chat right now. And all you have to do if you have Zoom is click on it, man, and you're more than welcome to you know, join us live on the panel right now. I'm gonna try something different today. We got some amazing guests, man. You know, and I'm just, man, I feel blessed, man. We're just getting things kicked off. And so somebody said something very, no, you know what? Before that, I wanted to let everybody know, if you guys have any questions for us, type it in the chat room right now, right? Type it in the chat room, and you know, we'll get to your questions as we can. And somebody said earlier, man, that they were having trouble getting TIs together. And I know, you know, as we're approaching this August 29th, guys, are you guys doing anything for the global protest, August 29th, TI Day?
We are here in Colorado, yes. We'll be at the northeast corner at 10 a.m. on the 29th.
Okay.
Capitol Building, downtown Denver. We're just going to pass out flyers, but that's what we're doing. There's a few of us, handful of us.
Okay.
So, yeah. There's also an after party that we're doing. So you need to be at the passing out flyers event to find
Looking
out.
forward to seeing everybody. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I know. I've talked to, a lot of last years are coming, but anyway.
It's gonna be one full year for me.
It's
So-
been a pretty long year though, but things are happening like never before in the TI community. 10 years ago, they weren't making anywhere near the progress that has just gone on this last year.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. It's time to speak. You know, it's time to speak out about this for me.
Absolutely.
Let people know this is going on. I mean, you know, Frank Zappa's been trying to speak out about this for how long, you know? There's a lot of people that know better than to just speak it out all at once, you know? You can't just throw it up all at once on somebody because they won't hear it. And they'll get mad and they just won't hear it. But they have a hard time swallowing 24-hour surveillance.
Yeah.
You know, people have a hard time swallowing that. So Ella said to me once, little by little, and I thought, that's ridiculous. We got to tell it on the mountain. But she knew what she was talking about. I realized a year later.
Yeah.
You're talking to TI after TI, and you know.
Until we know exactly how it's being implemented, and you know, shouting it one year may be different than what you would shout out the following year. We're always learning something new.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
So this program is designed so I mean, they got the top minds on this thing, and it's designed for us to scatter. It's implemented in a manner where not everyone shares the exact same symptoms, but it's the exact same program. So we don't think that we're similar. So we'll all say stuff like, yeah, I got that, but mine's a little different. But it really isn't. You're just getting more of this than that, but it's the same program. So
Yeah.
So we're all in the same boat, and we should all steer the same way, and we should all talk the same way. And if anything, by what I've been doing with Jason, he gets mostly V2K, and he gets electronic harassment, not as bad as I did. But I've been able to, the same exact program that I ran on myself, I ran on him, and he saw results. So how can his program be different if he's seeing results on the program that I ran on myself? So come on, you know, these things are the same. They're just meant to confuse us and run in different directions. You know, this thing, whatever you believe it is, then that's what it becomes in your mind, and then you run around saying that's what it is. And that's what we all do.
I think diversity will help us. We'll show that this is happening everywhere. So I don't think we have to use necessarily the same verbiage and the same, you know, but I get where you're coming from. Like, I just
No,
think
there's different ways to tackle it, but as far as like on the ground of helping people, like it's the same thing. The same frequencies that are hitting me are hitting you. The same signals that are out there affecting people that are getting hit with V2K and people that are just getting hit with the body element is the same frequency, just different ways of attacking. And that's true. There's not a special signal for in each individual person. It's like a radio broadcast, just out there, everywhere you go.
Yeah.
so. I want to tell this one. Where was she? Dogs, something Yeti dogs. She can call me, and I can hook her up with TIs in her area if she wants. For sure. I think my number's up, or he can put my number up on the live thing. I don't know about the same frequencies for everybody because I'm not a, thank goodness, I'm not a scientist, and I'm not a, I don't know, but I do feelings. And my call is more about feelings, and like this call is more about feelings. When Nexx shares with me, he doesn't share techie stuff. In fact, today in Vocal Wolverine, I really enjoyed his live stream. And he said the most I enjoyed the most about it was he shared something about his grandfather and something about his his history. That's cool, and I know you guys don't get this, but that's important in this journey, in this nightmare, whatever you want to call it. That's you want to do that videos maybe with your family, or just stuff that they want to share. You want to get that stuff before it's gone, before you can't get it anymore.
Absolutely. Man, so like Thomas, man, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good, man.
I'm glad to have you on today, man.
Yeah, I'm new to all this. I didn't figure out there was such a thing as a program till like the end of April. I didn't contact my first TI till middle of May.
Yeah. How did you find out? Like, what was it that?
I knew I was being gang stalked, gaslighting, and destroyed reputation, and the neighbors hating me, getting followed all the time, lots of creepy stuff happening. But I was on YouTube, and I came across this guy Andrew in Minnesota, and talking about gang stalking, which I knew, but he gave a link to a website. I think it's SHSA. And I went on there and I clicked on the map for local TIs, and I ran into Tim Casella.
Okay.
And I started talking to him, and man, my mind was just blown at how extensive and how deep this is, how many people are involved. And because I thought I was just alone for the longest time, it was just happening to me. I didn't realize
same here.
Coordinated effort. And, so the past 2.5 years before I got out here, I was basically isolated, just working. And, I've resigned now that I know there's a TI community. I'll be damned, man. I'm not going to be isolated anymore because I'm done trusting outsiders because I'm constantly getting burned, always.
Wow.
I have friends that have their kids threatened, man, if they don't turn on me. I've had ex-girlfriends who had their ex-wife that had her kid. She told me point blank what was going on, if she's still alive. But yeah.
Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah. Mine's in an especially extreme case. It's pretty bad.
Man, so when you found out about this, it's kind of like me. Like I had a Zen moment where I'm just like, I had to sit back and really think like, man, this stuff has been going on for a long time. Like they just started revving it up. You know what I mean? Were you able to think back and say, man, like, and kind of remember when these things started happening?
Yeah, I started putting the pieces of the puzzle together my entire life,
Yeah.
While I was just having bad luck and, people didn't like me for whatever reason. But when I started talking to the other TIs, man, and I heard the same stories, you get run out of jobs.
Yep.
Neighbors turn on you, friends turn on you, So,
yes, sir. Yes, it happens, man. It definitely happens, man. And, man, oh man, how is it in the area where you live at now? Is the gang stalking really bad out there, Tom?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It followed me out here. A few of the things they do to me for sensitizing is they'll leave a tangerine peel on my front porch or in my yard and paper airplanes. And then they have, it sounds like a car honk, but it's really soft. It's just like honk, honk, but soft. And so I came out here and I got myself a place, rented a room. And second day, there's a tangerine peel on the driveway. And next day, there's a paper airplane. A few days later, I hear that honking noise. And people are driving by with tinted windows and they're stopping at the intersection. There's no stop sign there. They're staring at me. And I'll go places, I have my routine. I'll go to get donuts in the morning, and then all of a sudden one day, the lady who works there is just nasty towards me, and there's some guy standing in the back with that dirty look staring at me like, oh, they got to her.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
Man.
I've been making TI friends, and when I go places, I'll call them up, see who's available, and they'll ride along with me, and it makes things a lot easier.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Now, I got a question, man, not only for you, Thomas, for Laura, for Steve, for everybody that's in the chat room right now. I have a question. Have you guys, maybe even before you found out what was happening, or even after you found out what was happening, has there ever been a case where you reached out for help and was referred to see a therapist or a psychologist and was deemed mentally ill or to have a mental illness? Has anybody ever experienced that?
Yeah, I got sent to, when I was going through a divorce, man, about 20 years ago, mandatory court-ordered psychological evaluation. So I went and did it, man, and the report that I read, it was just bullshit. It was complete fiction. I'm like, okay, I knew I was getting set up.
Yeah.
But but the only victory I have is there's a city in Los Angeles called Montclair, and they have a police department of about 35, 40 officers. And by the time I got through with them speaking at the council meetings over a year and a half, about 12, 13 officers were dismissed.
Wow.
Yeah, and people have told me with family and law enforcement, these people don't forget, man. They're going to hound you to the day you die.
Wow. They actually said that to you, Tom?
Yeah, I went to the U.S. Department of Justice for help, man. And once I realized I had cover, because the cops were on my ass in L.A., bad, man. And then after I went to the FBI, something would come up on my license plate reader, or when they scan the plate, and they'd back up and keep away from me, man, like with 10-foot pole.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
but it's all dirty and undercover now, man. These people are bad news. And luckily for me, I have an ex-wife that was there to witness everything. She knew I wasn't crazy. She saw all the stuff that was going down, and she ended up splitting because it got too scary, man. We had our car rigged to catch on fire. We had our windows at home shot out.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's intense, bro.
Dude, yeah.
Man. So I got a question, man. So when you went for the psych eval, right? Were you already filled in about this whole program, or were you just?
No, this was back in 1998, 99.
Okay.
I didn't figure out there was a program till this spring.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely know the feeling, man. Did they try to put you on any psych meds or any medication or anything?
No. They just labeled me a dangerous person.
Wow.
No evidence, never an arrest, nothing. It's just all in the court documents and the police reports, etc. Yeah.
Man, you see how they set us up, man. And you're definitely an awesome person, bro. You're definitely not a dangerous person. I don't get that off you at all.
No, they're all lies, man. It's all lies.
Yeah.
I've never
I think it's a part of the smear campaign. What do you think?
Yeah, I know so, but I know many of my problems is directly related to the Freemasons.
The Freemasons?
Yeah, they've been trying to recruit me since I've been in high school. When I was in the Army, and I always turned them down, and bad shit would start happening for a while after that. And then about 2010 or so, I used to own a newspaper. I used to publish my own newspaper.
Wow. That's awesome.
This guy called me up, and he's wanting to be my friend out of nowhere, and come on by for dinner. I love your paper, blah, blah, blah. So go to his house for dinner. Check this out, man. I swear to God, God's honest truth. On the way out the door, he stops me, and he says to me, you have 90 days to make your way down to that Masonic lodge and ask to join. And if you join, you're going to make a lot of money and things are going to go great for you. Then he tells me, if you don't join, we're going to destroy you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Who was this guy again? Tell me.
He just a local Yahoo where I used to live who befriended me, claiming that he liked my paper. But yeah, he was just the messenger for the Masons. We've had enough of this
Wow.
guy to join. Yeah, I've been turning them down for. I don't join organizations like that because I know what comes with it, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I'm definitely
When
with
the phone
you on
rings,
that.
you answer. You do what you're told, or else. And I don't take orders from people.
That's a fact, bro. I'm with you on that. I am
No.
with you on that.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Sorry, I pace. If my camera's going in and out, I pace when I talk. So.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's all good, man. Laura, Steve, have you guys, have you reached out for help and then was referred to go to see a psychologist or a mental health eval or, has anybody tried to put a diagnoses on you per se?
You want to go first? Mine's long.
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Mine's long. Yeah, go first.
I got when I first got targeted, it took about a month for me to realize that all these coincidences were actually a pattern, right? And then I really started honing in and noticing the gang stalking and all this stuff, and I started telling my wife at the time about it, and unbeknownst to me, I had V2K, so I was hearing people open windows and doors, people running on the ceiling, running on the roof. I could hear it through the ceiling. And, I called the cops so many times for people trying to break into my house. I called the cops one time because people were jumping off my roof. At least that's what it sounded like. Never saw them, but I could hear them, right? And my wife suggested I go see a psychiatrist, so I did, and then I got thrown into the loony bin for about 2 weeks with a psychotic break.
Man.
That happened twice, for telling the truth.
Yeah, never go to the police, man, or tell your doctor. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Were they trying to trying to give you medications and get you all medicated up?
Yeah. The funny thing is that I answered every question logically, like totally calm and collective. And it just wasn't. It wasn't. It almost seemed like they were expecting me. I don't know.
Yeah. You're not the first person who went through this. It's a program, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
After that, I never went back. Never. I mean, of course, I got out, and then I started realizing that I need to shut up, but I didn't, and things got worse. I ended up getting a divorce. After a while, they shamed me in front of everybody, in front of my parents, my folks, my family, and after that, I just shut the hell up. I didn't say a word for about 8 years.
Steve, did you think that the medication helped at all?
No, I didn't take it. I mean, I took some of it at first, but it was benefiting them. I mean, it would put me in a comatose state, and I would just lay there, and they were able to apply all these programs on me. I mean, they would make me hallucinate, and they were in my head most of the time when I was drugged up, and I just felt endangered. I felt like I was like my brain was being manipulated, so I stopped taking the medication, and that's when I started. That's when I started trying to figure out what the hell this was. But for 8 years, I thought I was the only one. I'm like Thomas over here. I thought I was the only one. I didn't know there was a TI community.
Right. Absolutely, man. Oh man, Laura.
But then he called me a couple of days before T-Day last year, I think it was, or a month or two.
In August. Yep. I've been free of a year now since August of last year.
Yeah. And knowing him ever since. Yeah, he's had my back ever since. So
that's awesome, man.
I've never been diagnosed as anything, and I had cleaned out I had a place in Idaho, and I cleaned out an old chicken coop.
Okay.
I thought I had, well, I'm not sure that I didn't have it. Vector control found bird mites in the house, so they did not find it on my doctor did not find it on my skin, however. But I went in and I said, I think I have bird mites. This is to the, you know, it was driving me crazy. And without the doctor even seeing me, I was sitting in like this urgent care. And without the doctor even seeing me, 4 guys came in, held me down, and they drugged me. And that's
Whoa.
they drugged me with 30 milligrams of Thorazine. I've
Oh my
never
God.
so addictive anything, you know, I've never been diagnosed with anything. I've never been. Anyway, so yeah, to get out of there, I had my flip phone, thank goodness. And I was able to call, so I called 2 people just in case, and one of them successfully came and picked me up. The other one had trauma apparently on the way, but I wouldn't have been able to prove. I went and got a hair follicle test after that, and I was able to prove that I was, you know, when I went in there, I was lucid, and you know, all I said was bird mites. So I don't believe that you really have to say anything. I believe that they're probably already knowing who you are. I mean, I think it was. I was treated for whipworm in Idaho, and that farm doctor had no problem treating me, but I didn't have to scan my ID through the deal, you know. And he had no problem giving me whipworm, and he told me it was pretty common skin thing, which was, you know. Then I talked to a farmer. He said, "Oh yeah, that's pretty common. That's no big deal. Change your socks midday." Which, you know, all this stuff does not make sense when you're dealing with when you don't know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with something you can't see.
Absolutely. It can definitely be difficult, man. Shout out to Mike, man. I see Mike in the comment section. He said he left a great comment here. It says, so character assassination. So they character assassinate us and tell everyone BS lies. Has that? I know this had to happen to you guys that's joining here, man. You guys want to talk a little bit about the experiences with character assassination, or you know, the smear campaigns that people have ran on you over, and how you overcame those situations?
I just keep moving forward. You know who's really, yeah. Don't text feelings. I don't text feelings. That's really a big one. They change your relationship one letter at a time. People, more connections. I'm seeing that more connections get cut from a misunderstood text. I mean, I hear that all the time. You know, oh, we don't talk anymore because of, well, it was this text she sent, or this. It always starts with a text. It seems like, and you look at that text and don't just tell somebody, oh yeah, I sent that text. Read the text to them. If they're mad about it, read the text to them, because there's probably a lie in between, or there's probably something that you didn't know was there that was put there to kind of analyze both sides, and it's going to piss you off the most. On either side, almost, I think. But, anyway, when you communication is a big deal, and that's the reason I think we're all missing connections.
Okay.
We're not able to communicate with each other very well.
Yeah.
People are I've seen kids on dates that are they're talking to each other on their phones, and they're at the same table.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
About how to communicate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I see that a lot. I see that a lot in our community, and I see anyone speaking out in our community has 10 people trying to discredit them automatically. Yeah. It seems like. So whether they're bots or not, it's that's expected. So I just move forward. That's how I handle it. I just say, well, I hope they want to talk to me again. I hope they reach out again, or I hope, they're not, I hope it wasn't, something I said, I don't know. Because sometimes somebody won't call you back, just won't call you back out of the blue.
That's true. I mean, you know how I feel, Laura, like if a person is the type of person who will, be calling other people and talk, hey, Laura's a perp and this and that, or Nexx is this and so, or Steve doesn't know that, or such and such. Like I would rather not deal with those type of people. You know what I mean? Because those people are all over, and and I know for a fact that they insert people into our TI community, this perp network. They insert those people in our community install fear in everybody to make them feel like, oh, we can't trust this and such and such, and
that.
you know, don't call her out. She doesn't do
Yeah,
she doesn't do enough, or such to just keep painting these pictures, right? To just keep putting this narrative out there, and it's just negative energy. So those type of people, I'd rather them not. I'd rather not talk to them. You know, and I'm a people guy. Like, I love people. I love life. I love God. I love talking to people. Because this is what it's about. You know, it's about getting a conversation started. It's about us being heard. It's about us connecting and figuring out a solution and working together, not, you know, oh, this one's a perp and this one is that and such and such. And they know that. Like, these people who design this program, they know the human psyche. You know what I mean? And they're just playing it and just using it right against us, and just people fall right in line with that. You know, and a lot of people are chatty patties. Hashtag chatty patties. They just love sitting around talking about people and this one and that. And don't you know that Laura thinks her conference call, people are gonna call it. And don't you know Steve doesn't know what he's talking about. And that Thomas, he never wrote a paper before. And it's just like, people just love talking crap about people. You know what I mean? And they answer that. And me personally, like, I'd rather not even, you know, deal with that type of energy. Even though I know it's in the TI community, I know that those people aren't real TIs. You know what I mean?
Well, I got a really good compliment the other day. I had a friend tell me, well, you know, you always compliment me. You don't point out like my flaws. You point out, you know, stuff that I'm good at, even when I'm messing up. And that was a really nice compliment. I think that we did that more often, you know, pointed out, hey, you're really good at that. You know, you need to, you know, flourish it. Or don't even tell them need is probably the wrong word. Just, you know, you're really good at that. Point out their highlights, you know, what they're good at more than what they're wrong about, you know, point out the good things they're doing. I mean, you know, some people in our community are doing some amazing things, amazing work.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
they shouldn't be, you know, they shouldn't have to prove their, you know what I mean? They shouldn't have to prove that they're real. I actually have a website set up, a couple websites set up. Depends on what they ask about, but I have a couple websites set up that I can just send somebody to, you know, prove the carnage or prove, you know, because I don't know, TIs, especially new ones, don't realize that, you know, you hear these stories all the time about what they do. You know how they do it.
Yeah, they, right?
Some people are, you know, over that. They can't even hear it anymore. And so, you know, what are we going to do about it? That's what I'd like to start talking about. What are we going to do about it? When are we going to meet? I mean, Thomas is able to make it through his life now, you know, and I agree with that. I mean, you take a TI with you I take a TI with me when I go to the dentist and when you know, if I'm going to get surgery, whatever. Yeah, I'll have to have an accountability partner, perhaps, is the deal, but I don't know. What do they say it in the chat?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Oh my. How do you know? I want to address this. How do you know that he's a perp?
Who are they talking about?
Well, Cole, he says Kevin is a bad perp.
Kevin who?
I don't know. That's what somebody asked.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Last names or states or something, because there's like 17 Kevins in my community.
Yeah, it's Kevin. It's Kevin's all over the world.
Yeah, Kevin who?
Okay, you're talking about the chat, right? Yeah, the chat is going crazy, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm usually more engaged in the chat. I got a lot of stuff going on right now, though. And let's see here.
So Thomas, when are you going to write us a great article about TIs to put us in a nice light?
Well, that would take some planning. I'd have to get, if people are willing. I haven't used any of my writing for my situation at all. I've been offered to do a podcast, and I said, no, I'm not willing to put myself out there. This has been going on too long. If people are interested in that, we could always talk if you're really interested in having something written, but that's not my objective in this. You know, I'm more looking for like that farm you're talking about in Tennessee. just because it's just too intense, man.
Okay, so I did hear about somebody that bought property, whoever that is, hopefully could get with Thomas. I think his information will be somewhere on the video, or do you want to give out your information or something? Your or something, I don't know.
Not really. This is on YouTube, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, well,
yeah, yeah.
you could, yeah, I bet you're not hard to find. On the
No.
SBS website, maybe.
Man, hey, Steve, have you ever experienced any workplace mobbing, my friend? And Thomas, this goes for you too, and everybody watching right now. Do you guys get
Oh,
any of that?
absolutely, man. If I didn't have my skills to work at home, every job I had, sooner or later, here comes trouble, man. Trouble. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
So workplace, neighborhood mobbing, same thing. Neighbors
No,
turn on you.
The only mobbing I've ever had was at grocery stores or anytime I was out. I own my own business, so I don't deal with people unless I'm, out shopping or whatnot. But yeah, mobbing at grocery stores happened all the time. Gang stalking nonstop. I used to videotape it early on, but then they applied electronic harassment, and then after that, I couldn't even make eye contact without getting hurt. So I stopped until just recently. Now I have a dashboard cam. I have, I videotape. They stopped gang stalking me because I just put them on blast.
Good for you, bro. Good for you, man. The stalkers, they actually scatter like roaches, man. When you pull out your phone, and like,
oh yeah,
or you pull out your camera, they like to get out of there fast.
Yeah, they don't want to.
I have. Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, they don't want to be. I mean, they don't get paid enough in gift cards to be put in the public, to be shamed in public like that. They are the lowest part of the totem pole.
Yeah, I grabbed some great video. I had my neighborhood gang stalkers. The main culprits lived about 3-4 doors down, and they'd come by with their phone out, and they had an app that would jam my security cameras.
Mm.
So I saw the guy, and I grabbed my camera, and I followed him, and he walked right to the police station. And he played stupid. I don't know what you're talking about. And I got video of him in the police station having to give his name and his phone number. And then later that afternoon, I went down to his house where the other perps lived, and they had skulls. I could share the video with you guys. They had skulls on their door, etc. Real dark people. So as I'm videoing their place, the curtain opens for a moment. Someone looks out, and the curtain closes, and then zap, my phone died. And the message I got was media disabled.
Wow.
So they could zap phones. So now I have backup cameras. I have cameras that just run on battery and the what do you call them? SD cards. There's no wireless.
Yep.
There's not like a phone component. But yeah, if you want to see this video to see how these people act, man, I guess let's see. Laura, you have everyone's contact information, right?
Yes, yes, she does, definitely. Just out of us, all of us four here.
Yeah. Because I don't want to give it out online. But what I'll do is I'll get with Laura after this and give her the okay to share with you guys my contact information. And I will send you a video, man, of the shit I was going through with the neighbors. Crazy.
Yeah,
they didn't shy away from the camera. They just played stupid.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have backup cameras for my backup cameras. I mean, I don't mess around. If they're gonna knock out one thing, I have Wi-Fi. I got those Nest cameras. If they run on Wi-Fi, so if they knock my Wi-Fi out, I have just non-wireless motion detector cameras that I just have all over the place. So, and they can't be tampered with. So, and then in case those goes out, I got some extra like little mini cameras that can't even be seen. What is that?
I don't know. Somebody's sneezing. That's not over here.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Is that you, Laura? Somebody over there sneezing?
There's somebody else on that just came on.
Yeah? Oh, somebody's on. Oh, let me see who that is.
That's
Oh, okay, yeah, that's Car. What's going on, Car?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I hear like
I just have my picture shown because I'm never by myself, so I didn't even want my face showing. It's just I'm just here.
Oh,
But I've been
okay.
resting. I've been working a lot, so
Oh, okay.
so sorry I'm late.
No, that's okay. It's all good. I
Just in
actually,
time.
if you
You're probably gonna hear stuff in the background, baby crying, all that stuff. So that's why I didn't want to show my face because there's a lot going on where I'm at. So
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say that if you don't turn your camera on, then they can't see your picture on YouTube, but we can see it. Us
okay,
yeah, we can see it, but they can hear you though.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for joining us, man. TI Lives Matter all day, every day, every day. Guys,
Oh yeah.
I got a question, man. So do you guys think that the paid gang stalkers who actually are out, who follow us around and stuff, do you guys wonder if they lose their job or their 401k, if they get, caught on video and posted on the internet? Do you guys ever wonder about that?
I think
Well,
they
they
still
definitely.
do what they
Gang
do.
I mean,
No, yeah,
I think. Sorry, go ahead. I'll let you go. I'll let you go, Thomas.
Oh, I was just going to say, for a lot of these people, gang stalking is their job. You know, we had the neighborhood I left. It was the bad neighborhood, man. It was like the bottom of the barrel, but it's all I can afford. And a lot of these people are losers, and if they're getting paid, $100 a day or gift cards, it beats working. That is their job. So yeah,
Well,
that's why I look.
Well, I think they do care, because like if they didn't care, then they wouldn't scatter like cockroaches when the cameras come out to videotape them.
Yeah, they'd be out. They'd be out of there.
There's something going on there. There's a quota they got to meet. Intimidate, not be seen, and get paid. But once they get seen and get blasted, they disappear. I mean, they're like off the radar.
Yeah, they definitely do, man. I was just wondering, man. What do you guys think in the chat, man? Like, do you think these gang stalkers lose their employment cards if they get caught? Like if
I
we
don't think
record
so.
people and post them on any social media or the internet. Do you think so?
Sadly, I don't think so. They're still gonna do what they do. They'll just move on to the next tactic they're gonna use. Me, honestly, sadly,
Hmm. Hmm.
Maybe they travel.
It's a network.
Yeah. I think they do travel. They do.
They go to another state because they've already been seen or been spotted too long in one state.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Guys, how has being a targeted individual affected your love life and friendships and relationships?
Oh man.
Everybody in the chat. This question is for everybody in the chat room too, man. Like, how has being a targeted individual affected your love life, friendships, and relationships?
Oh man.
I think being able to communicate better. People.
I just recently started dating again after 9 years.
Good deal, Steve. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know what? It takes a lot. It's hard when you realize you're being watched 24/7, and it just changes. It changes everything at first, right?
Yeah.
And then they make you then you realize, like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna just live a hermit? That's what they want.
Yeah.
That's what they want. They want you not to live, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm doing the opposite. I'm actually dating. I'm serious right now with a non-TI.
Really?
And yep.
Wow. Good for you, man. I gotta clap it up for you, man. Good for you.
Thank you. And here soon, I'm gonna break it down to her, and we'll see what happens. I'll keep everyone posted.
So you didn't tell her? You didn't tell her yet?
Not yet. We're just getting serious.
Oh wow, that's awesome, bro.
I didn't realize.
What do you do?
Well, I was in a relationship, so it kind of made it rocky for me.
Yeah, it's hard to say when the right time. You don't come at somebody you're meeting. It's like it's like open up by saying, hey, I really like you. I like to get your number. Oh, by the way, I'm also a TI.
Well, sadly, I didn't know about this until I was already in my relationship, but it kind of made it more rocky. And
no, I'm expecting the worst, but hoping for the best. So let's see.
I tried educating the person about it and all that, and you know, at first last year when I first just was going through it real bad with this, it seemed like I wasn't believed at all. So I would just stop talking about it to that person. But,
But
you know, then when I would say something, you know, I would try to bring it to the conversation.
Oh, hi, let me get your number.
But,
Oh, by the way, I'm like, yeah. And he started laughing because it was the lag time for some reason.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
relationships, it's not easy. It's not
Yeah,
easy.
man. Absolutely, man. I mean, even this thing affects everything, man. Like your
yeah.
family, your relationship
Yep.
with your fam, like
Oh,
your
yeah.
so-called friends, right? The people
Mhm.
who I thought was my friends, and
Yep.
it's just, oh
Definitely.
man, you know, people taking shots at you low key. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Talking about you, and it sucks, man. But the one thing about this program, it really shows you who is your true friends at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, like there's no question about it. Your, you know, your true friends reveal themselves through time, right? Over time, like it ain't like an overnight thing. You're like, hey, we're best friends. Hi, Steve. I'm Nexx. You're my best friend. All right. So how are we gonna move this thing forward? You know, like it don't really, you know, happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident I can bridge the gap. I've already bridged the gap between me and my immediate family that I'm a TI, and they totally believe me. So it's doable. It's just you got to approach it correctly. You gotta let them do the research. You can't just overload them with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But there's some that's not always going to try to do their own research. So
Yeah.
Well, then you
if
can't
I
help.
see that if they don't, then I don't push the issue anymore. I just keep it to myself, you know, or just talk to other TIs, you know, and just vent and do it like that with other TIs.
You just got to approach the situation confident in who you are and what's happening to you, and just be straightforward and say, look, I want you to research this topic. It's been happening to me for years. I'm in a good place now. I'm in a community with others individuals, and I would like you to join me in my journey. You know, and this is my life right now, and I want you. I need you. Period. And let them go from there. You know.
Man, the last situation, like the last female that I had you know, I don't even know if I can call it a relationship.
Right.
I'm gonna have to call it a situationship. That's what I'm gonna have to call it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like she was I don't know if she was approached midway or whatever the case. I don't know, but we just met each other. We were cool. We were hanging out. Everything was good. And then, you know, when I felt like, man, I might be developing feelings for this girl. I'm like, man, I have to tell her. You know what I mean? Like I have to tell her I am going through this. So I just sat down and I showed her some videos, and I'm like, you know, some stuff going on around the world, and I'm like, I showed her some videos. I showed her one of Meigs's interviews, and just the first video I saw. Shout out to Targeting Must End. If y'all ever seen his channel, amazing channel, bullet points, everything. And you know, she freaked out. Like she started freaking out. Like, oh my God, like I think this is happening to me. Like my ex-husband was in the military and such, and he used to beat me and this and that and everything. And I'm just like, wow. And then she was like, I don't know about that. My head is feeling like she just started freaking out, man. And then like weeks later after that, it shifted from her speaking in code and, you know, saying crazy stuff like, everyone that I love ends up dead next. You better get away while you can and such. I was just like, yo, okay, this is,
wow.
yeah. I was like, yo, it's quiet. Like I'm out. Like she started speaking in code and saying little things and stuff was just, it made me feel like it was another setup.
Wow.
It was messed up because I really liked her too. You know what I mean? But I had to walk away from that situation. Yeah.
Maybe she was targeted. No.
I mean, she was acting like a perp.
Well,
Towards the end, like our last interaction, Laura, like she was speaking in code and saying things like, people die around me and leave. If you better leave right now while you can, and people are coming to do this and such and such. I'm just like, yo.
I've gone on that rant before.
I'm not. I didn't
Just
sign up for
saying,
this.
I have gone on that rant before. I've gone to the pity party where I feel sorry for myself and I don't want to have anybody around me because I don't want my targeting to affect others. You know, and everybody around me. So
Yeah,
I could say I've been on that rant. I could see how it could maybe drive you a little bit, you know, to
absolutely.
So, you know, she could have been paid. She might have been targeted though.
I'm done with
No.
outsiders, man. No more. Not
Might
just
have
because
turned.
I can't trust them. It's that I've had friends who, you know, these people have their children threatened. And that's a tough predicament to put someone in. When you know if
Wow.
they participate with you, they're going to have some hell coming sooner or later.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm
Man.
done. It'll be TI friends, TI acquaintances, TI girlfriends, TI
Let's
life.
go, Thomas. Yeah. TI lives matter.
Yep.
At
Let's
least the
do
one
it.
will know what I'm saying. It's like why I hang out with other TIs, not to hook up with them, but just I make as many TI friends, and when we do things together,
Yeah.
it's different. It's just different.
right.
Being is no matter what you see or what you talk about normal everyday stuff, but then you notice something. Oh, look, did you see that? Look how that person's looking. Yep. Well, I remember this, and it helps. You know, it makes
Watch your back.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a
Yeah.
big deal to make it through the day-to-day crap.
Because I'll be I was buying some jeans about a year ago, and
Okay.
I'm looking at the jeans, you know, facing the aisle. You know how you get that sense someone's staring at you.
Yeah.
So I
All
look
the
to the
time.
right, and the aisle was maybe another 10 feet down, and there's a person looking dead at me. And as soon as I look at them, they turn and walk away. And that happens frequently to me. People just harassing me and trying to freak me out. But when you're nothing with another TI and that happens, you can make fun of it and make light of it, and
The
it's
audio would be so laggy.
not a stressor.
Coming back.
Sometimes you can focus on what they're trying to distract you from too. You know, because you have four eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, oh man.
But that's my first thought when I realized there's, like, for lack of a better term, I call it a program where there's thousands and thousands of us. My first thought was, why aren't people banding together more? And some people have told me when they band together with the TI, things get worse on them. And I'm thinking, well, if it got worse on me, at least I'm with other TIs. I'm not isolated. But yeah, I've made that decision. I have a roster today. I got a hold of a few more people. And every day I'm calling local TIs to see who's willing to meet.
Good for you, bro. That's awesome, man. That is
Inspiring.
awesome, Thomas.
Inspiring.
That's awesome, bro. Because it's a lot of people who are afraid, Thomas. Like then I start to question like whether these people are real or not. You know, like when these people are like, oh, you know, I don't know if I can trust Laura. Like look at her shirt. It says today I feel, and I think that I was just thinking that. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't trust him, and I can't do this, and I got to stay in my room, and then I got to complain about being isolated when I can, you know, reach out to other people, and then
That's right.
all these negative emotions, and just this one's a perp, and Steve, he's a perp, and this one's a perp, and that one, and this one ain't real.
They need understanding, these people, because they've been affected by the program. That's not their normal state. They need I met a lady, the first TI I met face to face. This lady, it was an extreme case. She helped me out so much. She has no idea how much she helped me out, but she was gone, and she was gone. She didn't trust anybody. And I never experienced these direct energy weapons before.
Okay.
So I was talking to her on the phone, getting to know her.
Okay.
And we meet in a neutral location, of course. You know, she's a woman. She's got to be careful. She's got to find out what I'm about. So eventually we go back to her house, and we're just messing with the dogs and talking. And we're in her house. And I'll tell you what, man, out of nowhere, I got real nauseous. And it was a strange type of nausea. And then a moment later, I felt this soft energy going through my body, like a pulse, like a oof.
Wow.
Real soft.
Wow.
I didn't say anything to her because I didn't want to freak her out. But I felt it, man, and I'm not crazy. And she kept telling me how she's with all these weapons. So I coaxed her to going outside, thinking I can get away from it. We're sitting down outside on her porch, and my right arm starts hurting bad. And I said to her, you know what? I got to tell you, I started feeling sick inside. Then I felt this energy. Now my arm. And she said, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And I said, this woman ain't kidding. And then I saw her gang stalkers walk by her house and stare at her and make comments. And I was like, man, you know what the trippy thing is? I didn't know that her trigger color was blue, and I wore a blue shirt. And she told me later that afternoon when she first saw me, she said, there's no way you're legit. You're a total perp because my trigger color is blue. And I said, ain't that just the problem? Because they do this to all of us, certain things. One person I know, they find tissues in their car all the time. With me, it's tangerine peels outside my house and on the driveway. So yeah, one person I know, it's purple. You know, I had a purple pen on me, and they were telling me how, you know, purple's their color. So when people are gone, when talk to people who are like damaged goods, I think they deserve some compassion, because that's just the result of the program that did this to them. You
I would
know?
have to agree with that. I don't know about damaged goods, but yes, I agree with that. We need to be aware that this is horrible. So, you know, there's sometimes I can imagine when I first started talking about this, my voice went, and I was, you can imagine I'm squeaking and I'm doing hand signals. I'm trying to talk to people about this. So I could see that I looked a little bit unhinged, probably.
Hey,
But
what's up, Cyber?
it wore on me for a while, you know, so I know firsthand what it's about, because it was driving me nuts for a short while, and I had to catch myself and then be strong and tell myself that I'm not crazy. This is what's happening. And some people it affects really bad. They need some understanding.
All right, man. Cyber, what's going on, man? We got a new member on the panel with us. What's going on, Cyber 9?
I just got out of a meeting and just decided to come home a little early so I can make this. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing okay.
Yeah. Good.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
How's everything out there in Cali, man?
Same as it was last week, thank God. I mean, if it gets any crazier, you know. Yeah, so everything's cool.
All right, man. You got any updates for us?
I noticed that a couple TIs trying to get a hold of me. Here's the deal with Skype. I have this TI that keeps contacting me, and he's been doing it for a while. And
okay, is it annoying? Is he like harassing you?
Well, I mean, like, I don't always like want to talk to people. You know, I mean, I got my own stuff going on. And it's like, I'm sorry, but like whoever it is that's trying to contact me, there is, other people you can contact if I'm unavailable. But sometimes we just get busy with our lives, right? And so I just want people to understand that it's not that I don't care. It's just that I've got like a lot going on in my life, a lot of things I'm trying to figure out, because living situations aren't permanent and that kind of stuff. So it's like,
I get it. I know. So guys, please be respectful, man. When we put our contact info out there, man, like please don't harass Cyber, man. She's going through a lot. Be respectful. Send her a message. If she don't get right back to you, give her some time. That's not a way to try to establish connection with somebody or contact. It just keep going back. Is that what's happening? Like they just keep ding, 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 ding. That's almost it's almost a form of harassment, So
yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah, put yourself on the other end, and if somebody's like blowing up your phone and you got stuff going on, and and you got to be mindful that we are all real TIs. This is real. All right, we are going through this. Now, we don't just come on and hey, blah 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 blah, and then we go and live our wonderful life and go hang out down at the Marriott. You know what I mean? Like we are really going through these things. So, just be mindful of that. And just give her some respect, man. We love Cyber, man. We must protect cyber reconnaissance at all costs. Always.
Anyone that's speaking needs to be. You need to be mindful that they're speaking out. They probably got a lot on their plate, speaking out, especially probably 24/7. They got things going on. So,
Oh, Yeah, and she's absolutely right, Laura, because I was at the hospital today in the ER.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what happened?
There's a crisis daily, you know, that's for all of us. So, you know, yeah, give people a break. I hear a lot. Oh, you know, I hear a lot. You know, I need to talk to Richard Lighthouse. I need to talk to Midge Mathis. I need to talk to Catherine Horton. I need to talk to Ella. They're the only ones that will. And I would like people to just talk to a TI. Just reach out to another TI. Any TI. They don't have to be on YouTube necessarily, but you can. You know, they can still be a TI.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people are worried about different things. And so, you know, if you get a list or if you get some numbers, reach out. If they don't call you back, bummer, go to the next number. It's like that in our community now. So, you know, you got some options.
Absolutely.
I do that every night, man. Every night I have my TIs in the phone book and I see who's the last person I haven't talked to recently. And I just go down and try to get someone to give me 20 minutes. But yeah, when you have a lot of people, you don't need to call the same person all the time.
Yeah, man. Give a person some respect, as much as respect as you would want someone to give to you. You know what I mean? You don't want nobody calling you 100 times. You know what I mean? Maybe once, twice, 3 times is pushing it. You know, like, you know, at that point they'll see that they're gonna get back to you. But big shout out to my boy Eddie Morin, man. Eddie, what is going on, man? I see you, man. We got a lot of people in the chat room here, man.
Got Ireland here too.
Mark P, Jeremy Andrew, my boy Truth, targeted in Ireland. Laura, what's going on, Laura?
I love your work, Laura from Ireland. I followed your channel for a long time.
Somebody said Autumn. Oh no, okay, that's Laura here. They're talking to each other, man. And
Do I know?
that's Robles. What's going on? S Robles. I see you, Margaret,
Hey,
Tanya.
Tanya.
Yeah, man. Joyce, Truth, Sarah. And yeah, I just wanted to say my boy Truth, Micah Dunn. What's going on, Micah? There's so many comments, man. I'm usually the one like engaging in this chat. But
In the chat, I want to ask Cyber. So Cyber, what do you go about this living situation? I know you're struggling as well, and like I don't know how to go about it this time. I want to. I want.
Well, like
have you ever?
Right now, I'm just giving it up to Power Grid and myself because I just don't know what to do. I'm putting it out there in the universe that it's, you know, it needs to change. So that being said, I was going to tell you, Nexx, I was in the ER because I thought I had scabies.
Oh no.
No, I don't have it. I don't. I know. I have poison oak.
Thank you.
I have poison oak and I'm on prednisone.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
I have poison oak. I got it from hiking, and it's all over my upper body, and it itches like no tomorrow. And the doctor at the ER said, "Oh, it's just poison oak," and they gave me prednisone pills to take for 5 days, 2 a day. So yes, hopefully I can not spread it everywhere by scratching like a damn dog.
That's hell. Oh my hell.
Wow.
And the ironic thing is that I've been hiking like 2 weeks ago and it just showed up. Weird, huh?
That is weird.
That is weird, man. When I grew up, my skin was like poison oak. It was just all itchy and crazy. Like it just like, oh my God.
See, I don't know. I had this friend, I told you about my friend. He was a zoologist at Berkeley. He used to say he had a whole list. It is never fibromyalgia. It is never eczema. It is never poison. I mean, he did have poison oak in there. He would say a whole bunch of things. And at the end he would say, and it's never, and I mean lupus. It's never chicken pox. He would say that all the time. And I don't know what that meant or if he was right, but I don't know. Skin things is weird when we got stuff dumped on us. You know?
Yeah, so it's just on my arms. I've got like these lines. Let's see if you can see. Can you see that right there?
Oh,
so
man.
that's what I'm dealing with.
They didn't give you like no calamine lotion or nothing.
No, he told me not to use it.
No.
The doctor. Yeah. So
as a kid, I thought that was good for that though.
I thought so too.
I used that as a kid. Hell, I'm in my 30s now. Sure.
Right?
When I was younger. Yeah.
No idea. All I know is it was like crazy, and I'm just, you know, I've been trying to work on myself a little bit, you
Good
know.
for you. Good for you.
You know, I'm always working out. I always, you know, I go to the gym all the time, but it's like I've been working on other stuff a little bit because we know as TIs we for us to get drug into addiction and that kind of shit. So I'm just trying to really watch stuff, and you know, I got some personal stuff with my you know, I'm a little depressed about my kid and shit because I can't see her. And
You're gonna see her. You're gonna see her. I know.
You know, I go down there. I go up there once, you know, to San Francisco a couple times.
Yeah.
You know, at least a couple times every other month to go see her. But it's, you know, she started school today next. That's what it was, and it really hurt me because I wasn't there.
Not the whole night. Probably till late.
Oh man.
Hard.
So
Hey,
it was hard.
Kara, I'm gonna mute you for a second. You got some stuff going on in the background. I'm gonna mute you for a second. So, guys, is everybody getting good sleep at night? And if you are we dreaming? Are we having these crazy abstract dreams?
No dreams,
Like,
but sleeping.
I sleep fine, man. I sleep fine, but I smoke a lot of weed too. So
okay.
Ditto.
quite
Keeping it
frankly,
real. We're keeping it tree out here.
it
I don't
helps.
sleep. I don't sleep very well at all. At all. That's the only time they give me. That's the 1% of the 99.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Steve. You know, and I love that we have a forum here where everybody can share their experiences, so people can see that, you know, it's different for other people. It's not 100% the same for everybody. Laura, how are you sleeping good at night, man? Or what's going on with you out there in Denver?
Yeah, I used to sleep good. I'm in a different place right now. I'm transitioning into something else right now. So as far as moving, you know, I haven't moved fully. So, you know, no, I haven't. I don't have my mattress. I don't have my mattress without the springs.
Are you dreaming at all? You having these crazy dreams?
I've always dreamt in color. Usually when they're synthetic, they're in black and white. And I know that's the opposite of but when when they're usually synthetic dreams, they're black and white.
Wow. I've never heard that before. That's interesting, man. Hey, Car, are you getting good sleep, Car?
You muted her.
No, she's unmuted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I am? I'm back on YouTube. I didn't know I was still on Zoom. I didn't know that.
Hey, Car, are you getting good sleep at night, man? Or like, is that something you struggle with sleep deprivation?
Kind of struggle with that. Yeah. I don't really get more than, I'm lucky if I get 5 hours of sleep.
That's the same boat I'm in right now.
Yep, that's me, Steve, and Car. We're on the no sleep list.
That's why when I work nights, it's never a problem because I'm up anyway. You know?
Cyber and Thomas, they're getting good sleep at night, man.
But you know, if with those times that I cannot get good sleep, what helps is exercise, man, in the evening, whether it's going for a walk or a bike ride.
Yeah.
I walk around at my job, so I get my exercise while I'm working.
Oh no, I take sleeping pills. I've gotten all the strongest sleeping pills money can buy, and they just phase it out. And they just keep me up. Yeah, they used to, before I started doing the cleanse, they would jolt me awake every single night. They would pull on my legs, move my arms around. They still move my tongue around in my mouth while I'm trying to sleep, trying to get me to bite on the tongue all night long.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, man. See, the thing is like I fight it all day and I'm free all day, and then the only time I'm not fighting is when I'm unconscious, which I'm trying to sleep. So that's when they get me.
Hey, Steve, you want to talk a little bit about the cleanse you was talking about, man?
Well,
you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. Well, there's the it's a two-part piece to this program that I can see so far, and the cleanse is one of them, right? Like the environment, the chemtrails and whatnot that are being dropped on the daily. This stuff is in your food. And they're the nanites and metal particulates. They're the same thing, right? So you get all this excess heavy metals in your body, and it makes your body an antenna. And it's important to get these things off your body, off your skin, off from the inside of your body, from your intestines and whatnot.
Okay.
That's the general cleanse. How you go about it, I went with Charlie's protocol. That helped me the best.
Yeah.
But there's no right way of doing it, as long as you get it off your skin, right? As long as you get it out from inside of you. Epsom salt to get it off your skin externally. Bentonite clay helps. And then there's just a myriad of ways of doing it. There's some people that are building contraptions where you just you make an electromagnet out of wire, and you just around a bucket of water, right? And then you turn it on, and then the water becomes magnetized. You stick your hand in there, all the nanites fall off your skin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to do whatever. I mean, if you could build a bathtub that way, that would be amazing. Then you won't have to worry about taking all the doing the Epsom salt baths and whatnot. But it's just important to realize that these things are in our environment, and you have to get them off as often as you can. That's one part of it. And then the next is just realizing that this stuff is coming at you directly from your house. The electromagnetic waves, all that stuff is coming right out of the outlets. It's like I was just talking about the bucket, the electromagnetic bucket, right, where you can take the nanites out. Well, if you had nanites in, imagine a room, like your room, right? Your whole room is wired with wire, right? So if your house is controlled, which it is through the smart grid, if they got control of your house and the electricity that's going in your house, they can just make a current in a circle around one room and turn it into a magnet. And you're in the magnet, so whatever's in that magnet that's metal, they can control, which is usually you if you got a lot of metal in you.
Yeah.
So alleviating things like that. So you alleviate the making yourself less vulnerable by getting rid of the metal particulates. And then second part is understanding how you're being attacked. And then there's defenses, and I can go into detail, but it's kind of lengthy of how to fight on the daily using. By taking the electricity that they're putting in you and trapping it and taking it out, and that way it doesn't affect your body. It gets trapped in rechargeable batteries and whatnot.
Okay. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, charcoal is great too. Autumn charcoal. That activated charcoal. That's good stuff for detox.
What do you do with it? Like you drink
charcoal,
it? You drink it?
No, I use it for a mask. Sometimes I put it in a capsule and eat it like the bentonite clay.
Yeah.
Activated charcoal has an ion, and it's positively charged. So anything that's metal will automatically it'll get stuck to it. So it'll be, and then you can just wash. I brush my teeth with it.
I do too.
You can brush your teeth with it. You can
with the charcoal.
It comes in everything, man. It comes in like body wash. You can get activated charcoal in everything.
Wow.
Toothpaste, mouthwash. You can mouthwash with it, which I do.
Okay.
Yeah, every night I mouthwash, make sure there's no metal particulates in my mouth before I go to bed.
I'll go get my toothpaste so you can take a look at it. You can get
charcoal
it at
toothpaste?
Walmart. Yeah.
Yep, Walmart.
Wow.
It's called Hello. Yeah, Hello products.
Wow.
Yeah, so and then there's a doctor, and then the same thing over. You can get Dr. Teal's. Dr. Teal makes you can get that at Walmart. Dr. Teal makes a body wash that's activated charcoal and pure Epsom salt, and it's fantastic. It does the same thing that a bath would do, but it's a body wash. So it's so you're bathing and taking off the nanites while you bathe, as opposed to as you shower, as opposed to taking a bath.
Okay.
So
that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
That's it. That's
no, there's no fluoride. It's activated charcoal, coconut oil, and mint. No fluoride.
No fluoride. Fluoride is bad for you. It's actually fluoride is a conductor, a good way of passing electricity from one end to another. I think that's why it's in the water. Quite honestly.
Yeah, they got it in. Fluoride in the water and the mouthwash.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can detox. Everybody has their own little recipe.
As long as you're doing it.
Yeah, Steve is a soldier about it. He does it faithfully every day, but it's really
once you get free, there's no going back. That's all you gotta know.
Yeah,
there's no going back.
But I think Lookout Charlie has a protocol as well. Lookout Charlie is where we all started, I think, sometimes. you know, Connie
Yeah,
has
shout out
one.
to Look Out for Charlie, man.
Yes.
Yeah, shout
Shout
out to
out
Shout out
to
to Look
him.
Out.
boy, he saved me too.
That man saved my life.
Absolutely.
For
Shout
sure.
out to
For
Look
sure.
Out for Charlie, man. If y'all not checked out his YouTube channel, do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Okay, so speaking of YouTube channels, man, I'm gonna go back to my friend Kyra. Kyra, you still there with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. I have a loud
Car-
background.
Car-
So feel free to mute me at any time.
Who is I like to ask this question, and this is for everybody that's oh, it's going down over there. They're like, oh.
Say that again.
I said it's going down over there. Who is some of your favorite YouTube channels that you love to watch when you check in on YouTube?
Hey, can y'all hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. All right.
Just random people. Like I've subscribed to a lot of people, but I can't really. You know what I've noticed recently, or probably for a few months now, my memory gets really messed with. So maybe that's part of that. But I can remember stuff from like years ago and when I was a teenager and a kid. But like sometimes immediate stuff or stuff recent, it kind of just my memory's kind of affected somehow, which is weird. And I've never had that problem before. Not even last year when I was really going through a lot of intense gang stalking when I first learned about it last year.
Yeah.
But this year, like what I noticed more is like where I work now, I do security somewhere, and I just always see like I don't know if they're fake police helicopters or helicopters, but I'm always shined with light, like because I work mostly evening shift, but I don't know
Okay.
time too.
Yeah.
And but I'll notice like in the nighttime, I'm always shined with light with helicopters and stuff with the particular site I work at doing security and stuff. And then during the daytime, if I'm working a day shift, I'll notice a lot of chemtrails like every freaking time I work a day shift.
Okay.
You know, and it's always above me and around me. Like sometimes I'll start my shift at like 9 a.m. and I'm in Cali, so Pacific time zone. But yeah, like if I work a 9 to 5 shift, I could be there a little bit before 9 and I'll see like police already at my job. I'm like, police don't be up here at this site where I work at. I work at a public place, but it's not like where police are called at, you know what I'm saying? So I know what that's about, you know.
Yeah.
But
what part of California?
Little girl.
Hey, Kai, can you go in another room where it's quiet? Because we're like,
yeah, I know. That's why Nexx, you'll message me or contact me about trying to do this, and I'm like, well, I don't try to put you off to be rude. I put you off because I'm never by myself where I'm at. Like I'm never alone, so there's always something going on around me.
I understand.
And I was trying to charge my phone and stuff where I was at, and
okay.
So well, I'm in a quiet setting now, but I'm not gonna last long.
Okay.
Wow, but thanks for being here. I mean, that's,
well, of course, it's probably more quiet now, right? I'm in another room, but yeah.
I mean, to make the effort like that is cool. That's
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But it is, yeah. But now I notice more. Like last year when I was happened to just kind of learn about it on accident, kind of, but then I could really relate to everything, you know, that was going on. And actually, Next Level, you're the first video I've seen about the topic. So you know, it was around May last year, something like that.
Okay.
And I wasn't even looking for anything about, you know, target individual topic or gang stalking. I just happened to, you know, come across, and I'm like, wow, I can relate to all this that he was saying.
Do you remember the search term you used when you looked it up? Like the search?
I wasn't actually looking it up.
Okay.
I don't remember I didn't know nothing about it at all. I just happened to just come across his channel and just clicked on it, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Like I knew nothing, like last year I knew nothing about this at all. But then like the things that were said in one of his videos, I was like, wow, I can relate to everything about, you know, different scenarios, but I could just relate to a lot he was saying. I can't remember what the video was called, but yeah, it was Next Level's channel that I came across first when I even came across this topic to even learn more about it and stuff. And
I had a question.
It was a lot of stuff I went through last year. I still go through it, but it was a lot of intense stuff, and I would get proof, and I went through this phase of getting proof and all this stuff here. But now I just notice it myself, and I'm always careful where I'm at, and You know what I mean? And the job I had last year, I would notice a lot of things. Now with the job I have now, I notice a lot of things around me, but I'm just alert.
What part of California are you?
I'm in Bakersfield. It's kind of a couple hours away from Los Angeles area. I'm in Central California, Bakersfield.
Yeah, I came from Antelope Valley.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's up by Sacramento, right?
No, nowhere near there. I've never been to Sacramento, but no, it's nowhere near there. That's all.
No, not Bakersfield, but
Oh, okay.
I'm north of LA.
What's the name of the place?
I'm in Bakersfield. A city called Bakersfield.
I think that's where the
That's where Corn's from, out in the band.
when I was out in California, I think that's where the earthquake was, right?
Yeah.
Y'all got hit
I
hard.
was at work when that happened.
Wow.
Who said they was in LA?
I am.
No, I said I'm 2 hours away from LA, but yeah.
LA's a pit, man. LA is full of bad people.
It is. I lived there years ago, and I went through a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff there. But that was like back in 2012. Yeah, I went through a lot of bad stuff there before even knowing about any of this. But yeah, that was an experience.
Yeah, I was able to visit out there a couple weeks ago. I was out there in LA, and it's interesting out there. I gotta say, it's very different from what I'm used to. It's a lot of
I'm not even from the West, so yeah. It was an adjustment for me.
You guys, I go to these meetings, and I met a TI there, and she didn't know she was a TI until she started talking to me about stuff, and I was like, I hate to break it to you. She's starting to, people are, she's getting the break-ins. She's getting people, she's actually got a video of somebody in her bathroom, like it was a shadow, right? It was this guy, and you could see him. He was like a gray shadow in her bathroom. She videotaped him watching her, and there was like nothing around that he could have been in. So they were somehow gang stalking her inside of her apartment.
Wow.
Yeah, and I felt bad for her because I had to explain to her that she was a target individual. And I'm supposed to meet up with her pretty soon, but she's going to definitely be new to the TI community. And it's sad when you have to tell somebody that's what's going on with them. And she and I just went out to lunch, one day, and the more we started talking, she started talking to me, and the more I started going, oh shit, she's a TI. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't realize it. She's getting the gang, they're following her around and stuff. She's getting everything.
Yeah.
So she's like definitely like, I think she's even getting V2K, but I haven't really had her to explain that part to me yet. So that'll be something I do this week probably with her. And she works in security too, actually. So it's funny.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
It's kind of crazy though, because like she didn't have any idea about the TI program. She just knows that somebody's watching her all the time.
Yeah.
And she's gotten these weird videos. She said that there's white. She says that they'll go to her the wall here, and she'll have like wet spots on the wall, like dots.
Oh wow.
Weird shit, right? Yeah.
So they go in her place while she's not there, just messing with
right.
me for moving stuff around.
So like, I felt so bad for her because I had to tell her, and you wonder if she should. You got to tell people though, right? I mean, they got to learn about the program, especially if they're in it and they don't realize it. So it's like,
even if they're not really considering themselves a TI, and you're in a relationship with someone, and you're the one going through, and you're trying to educate them. Well, my experience with that person kind of would just blow me off and be nice about it, and then I would stop talking about it. But now the person kind of notices little things I've been saying. Now I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. See, like, that's my little,
and it's just,
but you can't make anyone believe anything or make anyone search. But
she just never looked it up.
I had proof to back me up, but
no,
crazy.
Yeah, but if you're lucky enough for somebody to look it up, that's what it comes down to. The proof is out there. If you get lucky,
it is everywhere.
Your friends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a couple friends.
She's getting a lot of vans following her in that whole charade they do.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been going through now. I don't drive. Someone to take me somewhere or something, and then there'll be a lot of road rage type stuff going on. I'm like, yeah, or they'll be extra slow in front of us.
Right.
If I'm getting
Yeah.
dropped off at work or something. That's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
I've been dealing with lately. Like,
Or do they bright your car?
Do
be
they
shining them brighten you, like shining the bright lights on you?
actually, that happened to me at work last night.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's out the blue. Like,
Wow.
I work at a movie theater as security here in Bakersfield, and like after a certain time at night when they stop selling the movie tickets, I have to stay at the front door. So, because every time someone walks out, the door just
Yeah.
opens by itself, even if it's locked. So I have to like stay there to make sure no one else goes in and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was this car that was just parked in a weird spot, not even in a spot, but can't go way out there. I got to stay by the front, you know, at a certain time at night. So like last night, actually, when I got off work or before I got off work, like just kept on flashing lights at me, brights, and then not the brights and all that. And then it just drove off kind of weird. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, man, this is weird.
Wow.
I'm already aware of what's going on with me. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's not,
It's
I
not
don't
like
have like fear in my heart as I used to when I first
right.
last year. You know, yeah, you got to
Absolutely.
be aware, and yeah, you're going to be a little scared, but it's just I'm like, bring it, whatever. Like I already know what's going on. I'm not oblivious to the crap. You know, I know what it is, and I've done
Yeah.
my own research in depth about it too. So I
Yeah.
recognize all the little weird tactics they can use and all that, especially. And then I've noticed some videos I've seen. I don't know if it's even a tactic, but I just notice it around me a lot about the helicopters and stuff and
Yeah.
the lights that they can shine from there. Like, I don't know if it's police or whatever, or just gang stalker, period. But I'll notice like the lights shine on me from helicopters at night too when I'm at my job.
Right. Wow.
Almost every time I work, almost. And sometimes it won't be shined directly at me, but sometimes it will. Or they'll just fly right above me though, most of the time.
Okay.
When I'm at work doing my security shifts there. So
Okay.
it's just really weird.
Wow. Wow.
Mhm.
I'm getting strange replies to my videos next. Like, can I see some leg and weird shit like that? Or me naked on freaking YouTube and shit. That's funny, huh?
Man,
I'm not the porn star, okay?
wow.
FYI.
These people, man. These some weird people out here, man. Especially online. Mm-mm.
No.
That's crazy.
Next.
Wow.
I don't know.
Next, I know what you're thinking. I got you,
Oh
buddy.
my God. No, man. No.
I know
No.
exactly what I'm thinking.
Mm, mm-mm.
Take that offline, Simon. What are you doing? A phone call.
I was just trying to help, man. I was just trying to look out.
No,
Man.
thank you.
So
know.
somebody asked about
I
Sugar.
didn't post that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
What'd you say, Laura? Somebody
yes,
asked
Sugnite and Organite. Yes, I use both.
Organite.
I feel that it does, yeah.
Hey, Thomas, are you out? Is the wind blowing out there?
Certain amount.
No,
Is it windy out there?
no.
I'm getting like this weird feedback from your feed. So I just mute you a little bit. You know what I mean? Like so.
Probably the air
Yeah.
conditioner. I have an air conditioner running
Yeah.
behind me.
Yeah, something is going. Do you guys hear that?
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna just mute it now. And now it's gone. Now it's gone. Right? It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. So what was somebody saying, Laura?
They were saying about Sugnite and Organite, and I do find this helpful.
Sugnite
Sugnite is a
and
don't know.
Organite.
in Organite. Orgon Energy is you can look into that. It's different crystals and different. When you read about it, you can tell why it works.
Okay.
Laura, I bought Organite like on Amazon.
I love my. I have a necklace. I'll show it.
Like it?
Okay.
You can make your own Organite, I heard too. I don't know how to do it, but I heard you can make it. I have
Hey,
something similar
my
to that.
battery's gonna die in a few minutes, man. Once my battery's dead, my channel's gonna cut out.
Okay.
Dang, Thomas.
All right, Thomas. Hey. All right, Thomas.
I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna hang on till the battery dies, but it's only gonna be a few more minutes.
Okay.
My battery's low too.
Well,
It'll hang on.
I'll get you with that that guy with the land in Tennessee.
Do you have anything that you want to talk about, before
Yeah, Laura, you can share my contact info, my phone number, etc. with Nexx and Steve. That's fine.
All right, man. I appreciate that,
All
Thomas.
right, thanks, Thomas.
Yeah,
Thanks,
will do.
Thomas.
All right, thanks, Thomas.
TI Live Matter all day, every day.
Just don't do it online. Make sure it's off the stream.
Yeah,
Got it.
not on the stream. Not on the stream. Anything else you want to say to the people, man? We got like almost 40 people watching right now.
No, man, it's just good to listen and hear
All
other.
right. All right, man. Cool.
Well,
man.
Thomas, it's neat that you've, reached out to TI. So you said it was a long time, but I mean, that's pretty impressive. I thought, and you've got your little, I want to say tribe, but you got people that you can hang out with. It makes all the difference.
Yeah,
I'm glad
that's
you
awesome.
stepped right out there and did it.
Yeah,
And didn't get discouraged when you didn't have, it's awesome.
yeah, that is awesome. That
Right.
really is.
The worst
'Cause
you can get is not called back, or the worst that can happen is they don't call you back.
you don't really
Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, Thomas, keep up the good fight, brother. And we're stronger in numbers. So yeah, keep in touch.
Yeah, that's the key thing. Strength in numbers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We got somebody that just popped in, turned the machines off.
That's my buddy from Washington.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, he has to actually turn his microphone on, or turn his camera on, so we can
You
see
have
what's
to.
going on.
Oh, he's got it.
He says, "Hi, everyone."
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
see him. This is
Yeah.
my first time using this on the chat.
It's pretty cool, right, Car?
It's very
pretty
cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And
And I did put a detox page. I sent it to you in the chat on
I
Zoom.
saw that.
Yeah, that's a detox page with everybody's, well, a few people's detox, their detox protocol.
Do you want me to link it in?
If you want, yeah.
Let's see here.
So the audio and video doesn't work. Can just text for now. I've seen that pop up. I guess
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a group chat here. That's awesome. Let me tell you. Okay, so he can hear us. Like it definitely does. It definitely does work. You just have to run a test on your on your settings there. You can run a test, turn your microphone on, turn your camera
Whoever
on.
that is can see and hear. That's good.
It'll definitely work.
That's good.
It'll definitely work. I promise it will work.
This is my first time seeing if it does work. So yeah, it'll work.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Man, oh man. So Steve-O.
Yo.
So you gave a big shout out to what was that guy's name? Look Out for Charlie, right?
Yeah,
Big
man.
shout out to him.
Man, saved my life.
Who was some of your other favorite YouTube channels? Is that the first YouTuber that you saw with the video about exposing the program?
That's back in August I believe it was 09, August 09, 2018 is when I became aware of what I was. Before then, I thought it was all the other years, the last 8 years before that, or 7 years before that, 7.5 years.
Yeah.
I thought it was just me, I was at the end of my rope. I was done with them experimenting on me, and I was gonna leave a YouTube channel with clues for my family, right, to follow. And in doing so, I had to research, how to make a YouTube channel. So I had to research exactly how, what kind of category am I? So I started looking at categories, and that's where I found gang stalking. And then I was like, holy shit, that's what it's called. That's why all these people, that's why half the city is following me.
Right.
It's called gang stalking. And in that gang stalking video, at the very end of it, there was hashtag targeted individuals. Clicked on that, and the rest is history. The rest is just like, it clicked. I figured it out. I figured that I wasn't the only one. This is some weird social experiment that later come to find out that's been going on since, MK Ultra, and who knows how far than that. It's but when I started looking at remedies to try to, because I knew it was science, right? I knew it was science based. They rely on the same physics that we do. So there's a way around this. So I started researching remedies, and first thing that came up to electronic harassment was Charlie's Protocol. That same day I went out and bought everything, and sure enough, man, he was right. He was right. It worked almost within 2 days. I saw relief,
Okay.
and it's been a battle ever since then. But glad to report that I'm 99% free at this point. So, and that's after a year, full circle now. 2019, August 14th. We're slightly over a year since I've been aware. Yeah, man.
Okay. Okay. And who's some of your favorite YouTube channels that you like to watch?
Well, I try to keep myself away from YouTube channels. There's so much misinformation out there.
It
But
is.
I like the Ella Freeze. I like the Ella Free and
Ella Free. Okay.
Romano,
Oh yeah, Ella Free. Yeah.
I mean, I like the informational ones where people are but it's just difficult, man. It just breaks my heart when I even going on calls. It breaks my heart because it's like I want to reach out to everyone.
Right.
And, everyone is suffering, and they don't know where it's coming from, and it just breaks my heart, man. You can't help everybody at the same time, and then we all perceive it differently, right?
Yeah.
True.
So.
Yeah.
The only thing I can really do, so I keep my head low, and I'm more of a foots on the ground kind of guy. I take on I work with TIs one-on-one. I take them into my home if I have to, and we go from there. We go breaking. We do the cleanse, and then we go even further from there. And,
Okay.
And try to break the electronic harassment too. YouTube channels, I keep it low key, man. I just keep it to the information and to the facts, and that's it.
And I've noticed this being really positive in our little community here in Colorado.
Really?
Yes, I've noticed a change in people are getting to know each other. Like
Really?
you can't tell people about this, and you can't make them be friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting to
Yeah.
know each other naturally. He's taken one under his wing, and then when that person I think is strong enough, they go out and they do it for somebody else, and so people are meeting each other through that way, just by doing the detox together, I guess. And
Paying it forward, man. That's how you
forward,
build it.
yeah. So I like this little activism movement that he's done. I think it'll be pretty productive.
Final Fantasy. Shout out to Final Fantasy. He says.
Someone asked which detox.
He said, does Steve have a channel?
No, not yet. I'm working on it. Actually, the guy that I just worked with, Jason, he's kind of convinced me that I need to start making YouTube videos and showing this stuff off.
Yeah.
And that it would benefit a lot of people at once as opposed to helping one person at a time. But I like seeing after working with Jason for like 4 months, just the results that I've seen in him, it makes me feel good. But I'm gonna get a channel out there.
You should do it, man. You should definitely do it, man. Get it going. I know Carmela, she took a break for a little bit, but she back posting. I gotta check you out, Car. I gotta check you out, man.
Yeah. Last year I was in that phase of getting proof and this, and I'm like, we'll take a break from that. But last year I made a video. I realized this program follows you everywhere you go. I was in Oregon, and I was with a couple people, and there was a person that had nothing.
For you to ask them, like, what's their experience having everybody, like, is it better?
Oh no, you got it.
I didn't know if it made sense.
I don't know if they can hear me.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Car.
Okay, make sure my headphones. Okay.
Yeah.
We're in Oregon.
Oh yeah. This was October last year. I was at a random restaurant, and just noticed someone looking weird. I already knew
Cyber does.
what it was.
Cyber does, and hard.
And I made a video, and there was a person. There was two people with me, but there was this other person that
yeah,
we can hear
confronted the guy.
Yeah.
And that person
You can
even, I
hear
don't even
me?
talk to that person about.
Oh, they can hear me. Oh
topic.
my God. I'm on mute button. I thought I was muted.
No, it was.
Sorry, guys. I'm
Oh no, we
trying
can
to
hear
have
you. We
some,
can hear you.
trying to have some off the topic conversation. Sorry, guys. I apologize about that, Car.
Oh no, you're good.
You keep me going. I didn't mean to interrupt. That was rude.
Oh no. My train of thought kind of went somewhere else. Anyway.
Yeah.
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 It's on my YouTube channel though. The video is.
Laura,
It-
oh, go
It
ahead.
was October 3rd or October 2nd last year, and I had the date on my title. So that situation was actually on my YouTube channel. I actually recorded
What's your
that and put
channel?
it on there.
Yeah.
Just Carmelay A.
Yeah. You know what, Car? I'm gonna link you and Cyber9's channel in the description. Well, in the comment section after I do these things, and I have
Okay.
people if you're a content creator, you come on We the People. I'm linking your channel and I'm telling everybody subscribe. That's my thing. The
Thank
last
you.
subscribe is
Yeah.
just intense. It's like subscribe. All right. Definitely, man. It's been awesome, man. Like the comment section is going so lit right now. I know we have some content creators in here. My boy Truth Report, Floyd, S. Robles, Autumn. I know I saw Joe Mama. I love Joe Mama, man. S. Robles, she's a content creator. And I'm not sure, like, I need to know these things, man, because if you're a content creator, please, man, let me know in the comments and any one of my videos or in the comment section. Let me know, man, because if it's anything I could do to help support you, man, I will. You know, and that's something nobody really did that for us, really. You know, I had one person who was fighting for me to help me to get views, and that person is here on the panel right now. You know what I mean? It was like this was like when I first started making videos. You know what I mean? So I try to do what I can to help other content creators because I know, you know, I'm not like I don't have 1 million subscribers yet, right? Yet, but
Working on
it.
yeah. And this is another thing. Like, you know, if I know a lot of content, they have this thing on YouTube where you have to have 1,000 subscribers to go live.
To even go live, yeah. I just recently found that out because I used to go live a lot last year, and then I took that break, and then when I decided to like do that again, I found that out this year. Yeah, so
yeah, man, and I
don't even have 100 subscribers though, but I went live a lot last year when I was going through my.
I remember, yeah. I used to ride with you on there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Joyce Box, she wants more info on the detox program, Steve. Can I?
Yeah, I've seen that pop up. Someone had asked which detox when y'all talking about the detox thing.
Yeah.
What it's called or whatever.
There's a myriad of ways. The detox just means to remove the
Oh no, I can hear. I can hear what I'm doing. Sorry.
Or quote unquote nanites off your body or inside your body. So there's a myriad of ways. I personally did Charlie's protocol. I would recommend it. It's straightforward, no bullshit, just straight to the point.
Right.
And it works. It works. Do it. Other questions?
Hey Steve, if people want to connect with you, are you willing to throw your email out there and connect people if you can point them in the right direction as far as this detox and what you do? Because I don't know if you told the people that what you do. You should tell the people what you do.
Yeah, I mean, my number's been out there, my email's been out there. I have a YouTube channel, but I haven't put any content on it.
Okay.
I think I have like one thing, how to make SSKI.
Okay.
I put one little video on there to help Paula. Paula, if you're out there, shout out to Paula.
Shout out to G-Ma. Shout out to Paula.
I'm gonna start putting more content on my YouTube channel. there's a ton of stuff that I've been able to discover and find out that remedies that anybody can go out to Home Depot or to the grocery store and buy to find instant relief. And I'll show you how. I'll link some videos. Once I figure out a new protocol for it, once I get a good linear, straightforward, do this, and this, I'll start putting that information out there. But right now, I'm piecemealing it together. So just give me some time. I'll put it together. But I can tell you right now, it's energy and absorbing energy, taking it out of your body is the win-win. I mean, it's just a given. They're pumping energy into you. We got to figure out a way
Sometimes I feel
of
that
either stopping it or absorbing it, right? So that's where I'm at. But as far as my information, as far as my information to contact me directly, I don't want to give it out like on a live stream.
I understand.
But if anyone can get a hold of Laura's got my information.
Yeah.
I'm giving my info out. You can also call the hotline.
Information. I'd rather talk to each individual as they ask, as opposed to just telling 100 people at a time.
Hey,
Shouting
Steve.
it out there. As far as my phone number, my email.
Steve, something is going on with your
audio.
with your connections.
So yeah, reach out either to Laura, to Nexx. Laura's got a website. I'm on that website. I'm trying to find a good place to put my foot.
Also call the hotline number to get your info. I mean, I can give them your.
Yeah, Laura, you want to talk about the hotline for a little bit? Tell the people about it. A lot of people don't know about it, man.
There's a hotline.
What
put that up, and she's.
What is this hotline? What is this hotline for? Like, what is
for it? The hotline is for
hotline bling?
the hotline is for TIs that want some support.
Wow, I didn't know about that either.
There's a hotline. It is 503-308-1691.
Wait, hold on. Let's say that number one more time. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah. 503.
503.
308.
308.
1691.
1691. It's the TI emergency hotline. Is that right?
Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
TI.
I didn't know about that either.
But it runs.
Emergency.
It's going all the time. There's
hotline
coming in. So
24 hours. 24 hours.
They're taking shifts and volunteering to do this hotline. TIs that have all the time and for support and to find other TIs in your area. You can also go to the SASN social network or website. But a lot of people don't like to be online, but we can give you the numbers by hand, I always say, because some people don't do email, some people don't have email. So I've gotten numbers to people, and I get people all the time that say, oh yeah, Ella introduced me to this person, and I'm just now I have a friend and I have somebody to pal around with. It's very cool. So if you want people in your area to pal around with or to do activism with, even better, call that hotline number for sure.
Absolutely, man. I just linked it in the chat right now. It is 503-308-1691, right, Laura?
That's correct.
That's the TI emergency hotline, 24 hours.
24. I don't know if I'd say emergency, because please call us before there's an emergency. What I suggest to people is we get sometimes, people are homeless and they're just calling the hotline. And I would love it if they called maybe a little bit earlier and we could
kind of put some things in place.
We don't offer, we don't have we're all volunteers. We don't offer any kind of shelter or any kind of.
Okay. All right. So I definitely put emergency hotline on it. So guys, I apologize for that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just because I would,
yeah.
It's hard. This is a hard thing to do.
It is hard. Like Nexx and I have tried several times to get together to do the network because we were trying to, to launch, pretty strongly, and it's like Nexx every time.
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, cyber is a work in progress, man. We're just gonna take it a day at a time. That's all we can do, right?
Mad love for you, that.
What we can do.
Take it one day at a time. That's all we can do, man. So we just, man, this has been We the People Wednesdays, man. We're gonna wrap things up, man. We're not gonna take it too late on Wednesdays. We know people are doing things. They got stuff to do. People are working, and
Can I shout out to my friend Bet Kay out in Australia? You hear that Steve's getting his his videos up, and that'll get out to you. I know you're waiting for that. So,
guys, I got one more question before we shut down. We the People Wednesdays. Big shout out for everybody tuning in live. This is for the people on the panel. This is for the people in the chat room, guys. Is it your personal goal to get back to the person you were before you realized you were targeted? Do you guys ever feel like that?
I think it changes you forever, honestly. Like, since
Same here. I don't think it could ever go back.
It can never go back. I don't think so either. I agree with him. Yeah.
I think we'll be better than we were.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Great answer.
I agree with that.
I can agree with that too. I can agree with that too. Just different. I can't go back to not knowing. Can't go back to not knowing. The box has been open. I've seen too much.
I recognize it too much everywhere I go, and I just spot it when it happens, and there's no going back for me.
Never going back. Never going back. That's what I'm talking about, guys.
I know my life changed forever, but it's good that I do know. So I don't regret, not knowing. So just got to take it a day at a time and continue to be strong and seek out support from other TIs, and that's the best way to cope and deal with it. That's my opinion. So.
Okay.
And help each other out. Help each other out. We got to help each other out.
Yeah.
Steve is right. We got to help each other out, man. TI lives matter.
All we got is each other right now. So let's reach out. Let's be together.
Absolutely.
Time is now. Time is now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Hey, Nexx.
Right now. What's going on, son?
I want to ask you about the meeting ID.
What about it? I saw it. I saw it. You know how it is. Yeah. So I'm gonna we're just gonna go right across the panel, and we're gonna start with my guy Steve. Man, thank you so much, Steve, for joining us. Is there anything that you want to tell the audience before we get out of here? And you're more than welcome to come back on We the People anytime we're live, Steve. I love you.
Next
TI lives matter.
Thanks for having me. And just one note for everybody out there: there is hope. There's a ton of us out here, a lot of geeks like myself that are out there trying to figure out exactly what these motherfuckers are doing, and we're gonna figure it out.
That's right.
And,
watch my last video, Steve. There's a lot of information about the Army and their base that they're doing this from, and I want people to do FOIA requests. And I probably should say that before we go off. I would love for people to contact me regarding doing the FOIA request for that base. We really need to keep this rolling. We can't stop. We gotta keep it rolling, because we can revoke security clearance. Once we revoke security clearance, then we can prosecute in open court, and the TI program will be exposed. So there is hope, and we can do this.
Oh, okay.
So Steve, please check out my channel. Let me know what you think. I appreciate it.
I will.
Okay, Steve. Is there anything else that you want to tell the people, man? Like, you want to leave your email or any way they could reach you? Because it was definitely people in the chat who was trying to connect with you and asking questions for you.
I'm gonna leave my email out there. It's Steve Garcia 969. Steve Garcia 969 at gmail.com.
Let me see.
Reach out to me.
At 969.
At 969. No, sorry. Steve Garcia 969 at gmail.com.
969. Steve Garcia. All right. I'm going to just throw that in the chat room for everybody. If you guys want to connect to him, man, he's got some solutions for the electronic harassment. Steve Garcia 969 at Gmail, right?
The more warriors we free, the more warriors we'll have. That's all I'm saying. I mean, we need as many foot soldiers out there as we can, because the more we help, the more we get.
So I got Steve Garcia 969 at Gmail.
Steve Garcia 969@gmail.com. That's me.
Okay. All right, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you coming on. And
Put mine in the chat. Email, just in case.
Kyle, what's going on, man? You catching cold over there?
No, my allergies are messing with me real bad. I went to work the other night at a work site, and there's just nothing but dirt, and it really messed me up, I guess.
Oh,
'Cause
man.
I have allergies, but I guess it triggers something.
Yeah. Is there anything
But
you
I'm
want
not sick with a cold. I haven't been around anyone sick.
Is there any? All right. Is there anything? Is there anything you want to tell the people before we get out of here, man? All right, Cyber. Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here, man?
Got my last video about the base in Orlando, Florida, the POESTRI.
Yeah.
Specific targeted individual program the Army is running currently that killed our friend Justin Pitts. No, also known as
Rest in
Haas.
peace, Drew Haas. Rest in peace. That's
The
my
more
guy.
FOIA requests we get going, the better the chances of us helping expose this from the targeted individual side, and hopefully getting internal people that are doing the targeting that don't want to do it to expose it from the interior. Okay, exterior, interior. We're trying to blow it open. Okay.
Absolutely.
So bomb that they need.
Absolutely. And subscribe to Cyber 9 right now. Subscribe to Cyber Reconnaissance. Just subscribe, man. I'm gonna leave the links in the description if you guys watching the playback. Laura and Lara.
Subscribe.
We gotta put some respect on your name, Lara. It's not Laura, right?
Lara.
Let them know it's Lara.
It's Lara.
Lara. Y'all put some respect on Lara's name right now, okay?
Awesome. If I met
That's what we gotta do.
gotta say, yeah, Lara.
Lara.
Just a little difference, Lara.
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 I think I want to tell everybody, any activism that you're doing, anything that you're doing, if you're writing your congressman, if you're doing taking one TI at a time under your wing, you're speaking out, you can speak daily, about this in a big way, small, you can remind people who you are, remind people, when they say something out of the ordinary, well, you never thought that before, you can, they might think, I never did think that before. That wasn't my outlook before.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I could do it different, I would get away from the screen and break out some cards. And probably, play some rummy or something.
I love that game. Do it.
Oh, yeah, I'm serious. It breaks up and that's something that'll break up the frequency. That's something that'll break up the anything you can do away from the screen, I encourage, but unfortunately, because we're all on right now because of the screen.
Oh yeah.
Technology. So if we just can start to use it, I guess, for good.
Absolutely.
Stuff, which I see happening.
Absolutely.
I see that happening. I see that happening every day. So
yeah.
It's happening. Awareness is happening. And if you can, go to the Portland event. The Portland event's going to be big. It's August 29th. They're going to make some big strides. And I think you're around that area, do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
You're around our area, come have flyers with us.
Let's do it.
If you're anywhere in Chicago, I think they're doing Chicago too.
Earl, my boy Earl, big shout out to Earl.
California. So hey, if you've got something in your area, this is powerful to get with TIs. And you can spot, people are worried about, but they're infiltrated, there's perps, and it's like, well, yeah, but they stick out like a sore thumb,
Right.
It's easy to see when we're all together.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna let me see here, man. I'm gonna go through some of these comments, man. I really apologize, guys. It was a lot going on my end, like over here.
I apologize as well.
It's all good. It's all good, man.
I never get a chance to tune in. I used to could actually use my phone at work and just have one ear with headphone and listen around me while I'm working. And then they started tripping on that, even though I used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
And I used to tune in to a lot of the live streams and all that. So it seems like I'm not active in, doing that. But And then by the time I get off work, it's late night and all that stuff. So, but
Yeah.
I didn't want you thinking next that I don't want to engage more. I do.
No,
It's
it's all good.
sometimes
It's all
I'm in,
good.
you know, I don't have my
Yeah.
own place. So
I understand.
there's always
man.
something going on with me in the background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
I understand.
and I never
man.
just wanted to go live like that. But, you know, I figured it was time. It's my day off. You know what I'm saying? My only day off this week from work. So.
Yes, ma'am. Man, I just appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on, man, and being a part of it, man. I just wanted to dive in his comments here. Just shout out Mike True Serum. He says, cool, hit the beach, chill out, shoot the SHI. Izzy Prince, what's up, Izzy? He said, what's up next? Let me see here. My boy Truth. What he said? He said, check out the movie Control Factor. Eddie Morin. Eddie, what's going on, Eddie? I'll try to call you, Eddie. Try to call you. Maybe we got a different number now. He says, check out the movie Listening. Okay, Listening. So I'm guessing that's a good movie, man. You guys need to check it out. Jennifer Burns, big shout out to her. She says we need to expose this. Thanks for all the work you guys are doing. Absolutely, man. This platform, man, We the People Wednesdays is for you guys. You know, it's for all of us. It's for us to come together and have these moments. And we're gonna have We the People weekends too, guys. Friday, Saturday. Mark P, big shout out to Mark. He said, good night, everyone. Okay, Eddie, I see you, bro. I gotta get this number. You got a new number. Okay, I see you, man.
Not here. Can I do the prayer?
Eddie, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to look in the comments here. S Robos, I love her, man. Stace, Joyce, she says, good night, everyone. You know, because I'm usually more engaged with the chat here, and just apologize that I didn't really. A lot of stuff was going on this end, but definitely, guys, We the People weekends is going to be lit. We will be here. We will be back. I'm not sure who's going to be on the panel, but it's going to be real TI, you know, and that's the only thing that matters. I think today, TI lives matter. Okay, all day, every day. I still don't see y'all hashtagging it and posting it up, but you know, I'm gonna keep doing it.
I do.
Yeah, I see you. I was talking about the people in the chat, Simon. Come on. All right, Laura.
All right. So.
All right, Laura, take us home, man. She wants to bless us with an amazing prayer. Let's do this thing. We the People Wednesdays.
Communication prayer. Little prayer. So, Lord, we ask for your help that we may love and understand each person in our world family as a human being, worthy of dignity and respect. Sometimes this is very difficult for all our cultures. Religions, histories are different, and our ways and languages are unfamiliar to one another. May we rise above the prejudice which has often influenced our relationships in the past, so that as members of one world family, we might work together for the good of the world and all who inhabit it.
Amen.
All right, Laura, that was awesome.
Amen.
All right, man. All right, guys. Well, this has been We the People Wednesday. All right. This is Laura, Cyber, Steve, Carmele. And you know, we'll see you guys on the next one, man. I love you guys.
Next one.
All right, thanks for having me.
And remember, man, We the People weekends. You know, we're gonna do We the People weekends too. So, you know, you might more than welcome to join us. Download Zoom. If you have the app, you can come on, be a part of the panel. It's just as simple as a click of a link, and then you know, you guys can come right in, and you know, this is a platform for where you can be heard, man. Promote whatever you're doing, talk about your channel, whatever, man. We're just gonna have the conversation. We're gonna keep things moving like we always do at this time. All right, guys. Everybody have a blessed and beautiful night, the rest of your week, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks
Good night.
for having me. Good night.